Hello, how are you? Today I'm gonna show you the pneumatic diagram. This example is from Audi A8 and I have an Audi A6 Allroad. Most of the components are the same between them. Of course, the compressor locations are different. Compressor, valve block, hairlines, and the pressure sender as well. And I'm gonna show you. So we have the air supply unit. This is the compressor part and the solenoid valve block. As you can see, the 13A, 13B, C, and D, they are the each corner of the car. The air spring. So you can see the 9A, B, C, D, and 10. They are the solenoid valve blocks. The 12 one is the accumulator. So starting from the beginning, we have the 8, the air filter, the silencer number 7, the 1 which is the compressor, and then the air comes through the number 2 and number 3A. There is a non-return valve. The air goes through the solenoid valve block. It is important to know that the air, it will fill the 12th accumulator first, and then the accumulator will fill the air springs. So what it means? Why is that? Well, it means that in order to protect the compressor unit, the system will sense a different pressure between the air springs, the 13s and the 12. And if that pressure is below, is higher than 3 bar, the accumulator will fill the air spring. If not, the compressor will run every time with a lot of frequency, and then it can be overheat. But that kind of work will not occur because the compressor itself has an NTC, a negative temperature control, inside of it, which will shut off the compressor before overheating. So the NTC, the responsible one, is the pressure sender G291, which is the 11. This one, the 11, will sense the pressure difference between the 13s and the 12. And then it will command the number 10 to open or close the air. So we have, and then the rest is quite simple, because the air is not going through the 3A, because it is a non-return valve. It will go through the 5 back, electrical exhaust solenoid valve, and then through the 6, the pneumatic exhaust solenoid valve, and then it will make the reverse path, the 7, and then the 8. It is important to mention this because the number 8 is useful. The air comes through the same way in order to clean and dry the air filter, and the small plastic balls inside, which is used to taking out the humidity and water inside of the air system, because, as you know, there is a multiple environments across the planet, with a lot of dry environment and humidity environment like South America to Sahara Desert, you name it. So we can, yeah, you can see here the pressure buildup. This is the line, the line curves. It is important to mention that pressure reduction, to mention that the accumulator between the A8 and the Audi A6 Allroad, they have the same cubic volume, 5.8 liter. The A6 standard has a 4.8 liter. It is smaller than the Allroad and A8. However, let me show you. This is okay. The accelerate condition. Yeah. The capacitor C1 and the C2, and in accordance with the acceleration to one part and to another, we will see an increase or decrease of the capacitor, and then this data is translated to a digital one, and then a computer will show you. Other parts different between Audi A8 and A6 Allroad is the sensing function, the sensing frequency. Yeah, it is 800 Hz on Audi A8 and 200 Hz in the Allroad. They are not, they can't be used, um, they are not interchangeable. So for the A8, you can use for the A8, and for the Allroad, you only use that ones for the Allroad. They are not. They can, as you can see, they can fit on its place, but they are not usable because, of course, the computer will not recognize the 800 function. That's why Audi A8 is even more comfortable, even more sensible of the more, yeah, sensible on the road surface, measuring, uh, make a good reading of the road surface. That's what I would like to say. Even that the Audi Allroad is has a good ride comfort, and that's it. Lift one and everything else about raising, lifting, and lowering, they have the same specifications, and velocity, speed as well, above 35 kilometer an hour. If you have, if you are on the lift mode or all road mode, it will going down up to the comfort mode, not comfort mode, between comfort and all road, something or somewhere on the middle. And then if you pass 120 kilometer an hour, um, the car will raise even more until dynamic. But me personally, I let the the knob, the MMI, on comfort mode, uh, in order to minimize the system interference on everything, because on automatic, if for for some reason I going up more than 120 kilometers an hour in more than 30 seconds there, the system will lower the car, and then I'm going to stop and the system will raise the car, and that kind of work is made by the ECU, the air suspension ECU, because this ECU different than the ECU of the car. It is another one, uh, and letting in automatic mode, the so the accumulator will fill the air springs too much for my taste. If I'm going up more than 140 kilometers an hour, for example, and then stopping and then going up again, and the accumulator and the compressor will start to in order to fill the accumulator, and then the accumulator will fill the air springs. So uh, since I have a defensive drive or a defensive type of drive, I let it in comfort mode because it will not going to raise or going down in any speed or any driving behavior, so it's not important for me. Okay, sometimes I putting on automatic, or if I'm going a lot of uh, trips at 140 kilometer an hour, you have a benefit of letting in automatic because it will lower almost on dynamic level with more comfort than dynamic. Yeah, I can make it sometimes, but it is not. Uh, Audi claims that this behavior is for lowering consumption on highways, lowering the gravity center, and blah blah. But it's not something really important. You can let it on comfort mode. It will not. The car will not will not consume making a consumption more than 0.1 or 0.2 liter per 100. You can't notice that. You can notice, of course, on corners or something on corners is more safer, but you don't have that comfort. It's a compromise between them. So don't worry about that. It's okay. So that's why I would like to show you is that kind of I want to show this PDF is a SSP 292. You can download it on the internet. Uh, and that's it. So last year I had the 13C and 13D worn air springs. I replaced it. I replaced them, and then yeah, and then made the height measurement in order to store that data, that height, and since then it